The game takes place after the events of Kingdom Hearts 2 and follows the story of Jiminy Cricket, King Mickey, Donald Duck, and Goofy in Disney Castle. While organizing the records in Jiminy's journal from his travels with Sora and his friends, Jiminy Cricket's curiosity about the line, "Thank Nominee," results in him finding a message that he did not write. "Their hurting will be mended when you return to end it." To investigate this message, King Mickey digitizes the contents of the journal and goes into a simulated world to investigate, awakening a virtual data SORA on the virtual Destiny Islands to carry out the contents of the journal to uncover the identity of those who are hurting.
As Data Sora awakens on Destiny Islands, he encounters numerous bugs, which take the form of red and black blocks covering the whole world. Upon eliminating the Heartless and destroying the bugs, Data Sora traverses to other worlds infected with bugs to return them to their normal, following the cloaked figure upon orders from King Mickey.
Meanwhile, Heartless appear within Disney Castle, and everyone finds themselves trapped in the room. To their surprise, they are saved by Data Sora. Suddenly, the cloaked figure reveals himself to be Jiminy's journal, taking the form of Riku, and explains they are no longer in the real world, but the Datascape. Sora is sent off by the journal to discover his true identity, only to encounter Maleficent and Pete from the real world. Maleficent destroys Data Sora's Keyblade and summons Heartless to attack him. Mickey and the journal arrive to save Data Sora, but the journal is abducted by Maleficent, with Mickey giving chase. Data Sora makes his way through Hollow Bastion aided by Donald and Goofy. They encounter Pete, who summons the journal and takes control of him with the bugs to fight them. But Data Sora still manages to defeat the journal, who falls unconscious.
Mickey arrives and informs Data Sora that unless the bugs are destroyed, the journal will never awaken. Data Sora decides the way to awaken the journal and enters Data Riku's Datascape, losing his abilities in the process. The two visit various worlds from Data Riku's memory and find their way back to Hollow Bastion, where they fight and defeat Maleficent. Meanwhile, King Mickey discovers that he will be returning soon to the real world, but the journal, once completed, will have to be erased, which will mean the end of Data Sora's memories. When the time comes, Sora requests more time in order to save Pete and Maleficent, who are still in the Datascape.
Data Sora finds them fighting Sora's Heartless, but Pete and Maleficent are seemingly erased before he can intervene. Data Sora defeats Sora's Heartless, and finds that Pete and Maleficent were rescued by the journal through a rift in the data. They leave the Datascape shortly before Mickey returns to the real world, erasing the journal. A new message appears claiming a new door to a new world has been opened, which is the data of the data world added into the journal. Mickey, realizing that this quest may be too dangerous to Data Sora as he has memory of it, requests to be taken into the Datascape once again.
Finding Data Sora in Traverse Town, Mickey takes him to Castle Oblivion, where Data Sora is confronted by a young man wearing a black coat. He tells Data Sora that if he wants to know the truth, he must move forward on his own through the previous worlds he visited, destroying bugs. During this time, he realizes that even if he doesn't remember someone he's met, there's still the sadness of having forgotten them, which the figure attempts to warn not to let consume him. Data Sora disregards this message and fights the figure, revealed to be Data Roxas.
After losing, Data Roxas gives him a card as Mickey appears. Data Sora opens the next door to find Data Nominee, who reveals the bugs to have been unintentional side effects of her attempt to restore Sora's memories. She then reveals Sora's nature as the key that connects everything, through his ties with herself, Roxas, Axel, and Xion. Furthermore, Data Nominee tells Data Sora about three figures, Terra, Ventus, and Aqua, also tied to Sora's heart, who are the ones referred to in the message and need his help. Mickey bids farewell to Data Sora and promises Data Nominee that he will inform the real Sora of this.
Mickey promptly sends Sora a bottled letter, the same one sent by Mickey at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, which Sora reads with Riku and Kairi.
Signs of what's next.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sometime later, Sora is shown in the mysterious tower, informing Yen said that they are close to locating Ventus' heart and now have only to find Terra. However, Yen Sid delivers the shocking news that Xehanort has been revived due to the destruction of both Ansem and Xemnas at the hands of Sora, which ultimately lead to Master Xehanort's revival.
What? What the fuck?
Realizing that not just a single Xehanort has returned, Yen Sid orders Mickey to summon Riku and Sora before him to undertake a Mark of Mastery exam in order to become full-fledged Keyblade Masters and properly combat Xehanort. So, I imagine you out there in the audience are wondering, what the fuck just happened?
What the fuck just happened? That was my interpretation of the audience, along with myself.
I told Sam before we started the series that I had zero interest in doing a whole series on Coded because I really, really can't stand Coded more than any other game in the franchise. So, for completeness' sake, I proposed, and Sam agreed, to do a dramatic reading of the Kingdom Hearts Wikia article on ReCoded.
This is about as dramatic as it gets for a wiki article from the Kingdom Hearts Wikia.
This is true. And I did this because that game has so much filler content in it that this is just the best way to go. As you can see from the reading, Sam, there's not much here.
Yeah, considering the whole thing was condensed into a couple of paragraphs, and yet the quote-unquote movie version of ReCoded is still 3 hours long.
Yeah, there's not much to work with here. So, yeah. This whole game exists just to explain that A, Sora will solve all of the world's problems, and B, why Mickey sent that letter at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2.
And A, we already knew the A part by the time of Birth by Sleep's final mix, bonus cutscenes or whatever.
And B doesn't matter.
It's true. So basically, but the only thing the couple things this set up, the only important things at the very end are, one, Data Sora is going to tell real Sora about the Thank Naminé thing, which Sora won't remember. Or like he didn't, whatever.
No, Mickey tells Sora about this.
Right.
Data Sora is effectively dead.
Yeah. And the thing that you told me at the end of Birth by Sleep, which was that Xehanort is coming back because apparently by defeating all versions of him, you somehow brought him back again.
Yes. It's like when you defeat the 12 shadows, it brings death back, the 13th shadow.
Right. So,
and stuff.
And I'm guessing Data Sora, is that the Ansem's data in Sora's brain? Did it really specify, or if it was just a journal?
Data Sora is a virtual recreation of Sora that they are using in order to explore the digital version of the journal.
Sure. So basically, nothing matters except Xehanort's back. That is basically the only key plot point as far as later games.
You can see now why I opted to not do the 3 hours of this.
I don't know if I would have made it through 3 hours of this.
Of basically all filler content. This is a filler game.
There's quite a few of those.
Which, given how much filler is in Kingdom Hearts already, that's saying something.
That's a lot of filler. So, yes, you can thank us later because we spared all of you from this hell.
So if you have any questions about Kingdom Hearts up to this point, this is probably a good video to ask them on, because nothing of importance actually happened in this video. I've wasted your time and I apologize.
I also apologize for wasting your time. This video could have been 10 seconds long.
It could have been.
Could have also been 3 hours long.
Where's the fun in that?
True. Anyway, we will see you guys next time for Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance.
Or Kingdom Hearts 3DS, as it's also known. Or 3Ds, I'm sorry.
Oh, excuse you. 3Ds.
Take care, guys. Catch you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.